everyone and welcome to PlayStation Access. My name's Rosie and I'm joined today by Ash Millman, and we are here at Gamescom 2023 and we've just played some more Mortal Kombat 1. Only last time we played this, Ash, it was very multiplayer, very much like you versus me, come on, let's fight, and just
I lost.
I mean, I didn't want to say. And also just the arcade experience of Mortal Kombat 1, whereas this time we focus more on the single player elements. So we were introduced to two new different gameplay styles. The first one we were introduced to was the new single player mode called Invasions, which I like to describe it as like not a board game, but in terms of the camera angle, it feels as if you're looking down on a board in a weird way, and you go through little challenges in order to progress. So we had Johnny Cage's mansion, for example. It was like a fun little tutorial area. Johnny Cage was talking to us here and there. He was a great laugh.
Yeah.
And you go stand on a tile. It presents you with a challenge. So, for example, fight this enemy, and they've got, you know, a super duper armor on, or you can't block their attacks. And once you do the challenge, you then progress. But by doing the challenges, you unlock new rewards, and this could be cosmetics or, you know, little in-game points and things like that that you can then use to purchase other cosmetics and things like that. There was also talismans that you can like find, and these can give you abilities such as, you know, Sub-Zero. We were given an example. Sub-Zero is very much an ice-based attack, but if you have a certain talisman, he can actually use a fire projectile as well, thanks to that talisman. And there's just loads of fun little gameplay things to make the challenges interesting, varied, challenging. There are a couple which, you know, were slapping me silly a little bit, but I managed to do the ones which, you know, I set out to do, so I was very happy with that. And I even got to play as some new characters as well. So, for example, I played as Johnny Cage because as soon as I saw he was playable, I thought I have to play as the man Johnny Cage. I managed to get a couple of crotch shots, let's just say, in terms of Johnny Cage, his iconic move of a little bit of a punch in the delicate area, and I was just like, a tap. And I was just like, didn't mean to do that, but there we go. I've got that for you now, and now I was like, I feel like I've accomplished Johnny Cage's iconic move, let's just say. Also got some fatalities as well. There were new cameo fighters we were introduced to, including Frost, who I really liked, because when we played it together, I really like playing as Sub-Zero, and Frost is like, has more ice abilities. So by the end of my gameplay session with it, I was Sub-Zero and Frost, ice carnage. It was fantastic. And just had a really, really good fun time with it as well. It was just really, really fun, and I really wanted to progress and, you know, learn the characters more, because you can switch your characters at any point in Invasions mode. So if there's a challenge you're stuck on, just switch out your crew, switch out your cameo, switch out who you're fighting as, and then you might have a better shot at it as well. So loads of little elements to it. It's really fun, nice challenges, and it's just a great time overall.
Yeah, for sure. I played most of mine as Kung Lao. He's only my favorite because I saw him in the Mortal Kombat film and I just loved him. So playing him in the game was really fun, and getting to do the hat abilities. My takes on these are a lot less in-depth than Rosie's. I'm just like, yeah, it was a great hat boy. I think that kind of represents the casual fighting game player still gets a lot of enjoyment out of these sort of things. There's a lot there for like fans who want real deep gameplay, to learn all the mechanics, to master the moves, but also as someone who comes to these games just to enjoy the visuals, to enjoy the gore, to have a little battle with your friends. There's definitely that level there. I think Invasions is a really good version of that as well, because it has this board game style gameplay where you're just doing challenges and going to the shop and kind of just challenging yourself to different things as well. It's really
definitely
nice. Really nice.
And speaking of Kung Lao as well, we should talk about the next single player campaign that we did, which was the story mode. And story mode, you know, I've always loved a little story mode in a fighting game, so I was already very invested in what the story was going to be. And we were only shown a small snippet of it, but it focused a lot on Raiden and Kung Lao. You know, they're both young, they're just working together in a farm, and they're, you know, competing against each other, like, oh, let's have a bet on who can, you know, get our job done quicker. And it's just really nice, really charming, and really just nice to see the relationship between them, as well as, you know, before Mortal Kombat and everything just goes crazy. But also, there was just, in this little snippet alone, there were already so many little throwbacks to the series as well. Like what you come across as well, Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I won't go into depth about, you know, what's happening with the story because we want to save it for you guys, but they appear, and pretty much the first thing you see with Scorpion is he grabs hold of Kung Lao and he just goes, "Get over here!" So of course that was a really nice little one for the fans, I think. And also it's just an iconic line in general. And also with Kung Lao, he doesn't have his blade hat at this point, it's just a little straw hat, and he throws it on Sub-Zero.
Talk about disappointing.
Yeah, but he throws it at Sub-Zero, it just donks him on the head, and like, you know, Kung Lao's like, oh, making a little joke about it. So there's just already loads of little things that you can just tell fans, and not even just fans, just people who know this iconic series will love.
Give him the hat. Give him the hat.
So it was just a really cool way to see the characters, just revisit them and see them in a different light as well. You know, there's all this violence and stuff, but it was just really nice to see Kung Lao and Raiden just having dinner, just being served and just being told that they're good boys in the village.
They are good boys.
They are good boys. And then seeing Sub-Zero and Scorpion just, you know, being more
bad boys,
being big bad boys. It was just really cool, and I just really want to progress in the story more and see how they all evolve as fighters in this story as well.
Yeah, definitely. The cameo system remains as interesting and great as ever. We had some new characters. I know we both played with Frost a lot, that you mentioned. There was one fatality I got with Frost, because you can get like cameo fighter fatalities where she like freezes the guy's whole body and then punches him, and he's just a skeleton with a head, and it's oh my god, literally that's like the joy of Mortal Kombat, is being like, that's so silly, I love it. Like it was gruesome, but so funny, and that was just the whole vibe of all of the different things that we played today.
Yeah, and also the cameo is also in the single player story as well, so it's just really nice to see that they keep the gameplay with the cameos, as well as having moments where, you know, they rather focus on the two characters who are fighting. So please be excited for Mortal Kombat 1 when it comes to PS5 on September the 19th. Like we said, we're insanely excited, and I just want to play it now, in all honesty. But also, if you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you stay up to date with everything from the world of PlayStation, including Mortal Kombat 1. Thank you for watching!
PlayStation